Listening is when you take into consideration somebody else's point of view and you understand what they're trying to say to you.
Listening isn't just hearing, but is also a way of showing attention.
I think listening is an act of being selfless and giving somebody else the time, and that you should think about how other people feel or how you feel when you are listened to by other people.
Doesn't teachers teach you to listen? So why shouldn't they do it themselves?
What you could be telling them is something that could, it's like important information that could be like personal to you, or like it could something like dangerous, so like it could be something about you that they might need to act on in order to protect you or someone else.
Well, because safeguarding as well, because like if there's something wrong with a particular person, then you kind of want to tell someone. If you don't feel like you're being listened to, then they're not going to do anything about it, and things get worse. It depends on what it is. And then if you have an opinion about something, it could lead to like you just not saying your opinions ever. If you don't feel like you're being listened to at one point in your life, you're not going to say anything ever.
As someone who's like, you know, in a role of authority, who needs to listen to younger people, like that's their job. Like without that, like, the younger people aren't going to feel like their opinions wanted.
I feel like, especially like nowadays, a lot of like young people are finding their own identities from like the norm. So, you know, finding out different, like what they want to be really, which a lot of adults from maybe like their time as a teenager, it's like we didn't have that, so we don't really understand you.
I think a lot of adults might just look down on younger people and children because they're younger, and they might just think, well, they're younger, their opinion can't be as important as another person's. But like, I feel like they forget, like, younger people and children are still like clever, like they've still got intelligence, like they still have an opinion, and like you can't just not listen to them because they're younger than you, because that's just rude.
Can be preoccupied sometimes and not really think that it's important because they're a child, they're too young to like understand anything that's like actually hard to grasp the idea of in a way.
You could make a person feel like they're not like as significant, or that they like their like opinions don't really like matter and they're not like as important.
I feel like adults have the power to validate how young people may feel about their own, what's going on in their lives or their emotions and stuff like that. And because we are so young, there's a lack of understanding from our point of view as to whether we feel crazy or anything like that. So having an adult to listen to you and then for them to like validate your feelings or anything that you're feeling is important.
Obviously, it can just make them feel really bad, that young person. It can just really make them feel like they're not listened to, like they're unimportant, especially if it's on like a wide scale. So something really like, I'm not very happy right now and I don't know what to do, if that can spiral out of control if someone doesn't listen to them.
Because I like to hear what other people have to say, because if I'm doing like a group project or something and I have an opinion but then you listen to everyone else's opinions, they might be like, they could contribute to your opinion, they could make things better if you listen to other people.
Because I know how it feels when other people listen to me, and a lot of people can feel alone. Even if they're not alone, they can have that feeling of nobody's there to listen to me. And sometimes people just need to let off steam and let their own emotions out, and I'm there.
I'm quite a talkative person myself, so I always, want people to listen to me, and like I always want to share my opinion, and I know how it feels to not be listened to. So like I wouldn't want someone else to feel like that. And also I just think you know, someone could be going through something really bad like at the minute, and they just need someone to listen to them, and they just need someone there for them, and why not just be that person? Like,
it makes you feel quite like unimportant and insignificant, so it just kind of, it like almost feels like you're being dismissed and that whatever's going on doesn't really matter. Like,
it's not a nice feeling because you want to know that everything you're saying is acknowledged and someone like can take it in and put into actions and things.
And I just feel like I'm not really respected because like I have no one to talk to.
If other people don't really listen to it about what you're talking about, it can make that thing feel really unimportant, and then you start seeing it as unimportant, and then everything just kind of blows away.